Today for the move, this House would ban all alcohol and tobacco advertising. The affirmative team have argued that banning alcohol advertising will change the perception of alcohol in our society, which right now is that of an accepting binge drinking society, into one that sees alcohol not as a norm and binge drinking not as something that everyone should be able to do, but something that's actually very harmful, and how alcohol advertising does not support this perception. The negating team has argued that the only purpose of alcohol advertising, as seen by companies, is to increase their market share. This may be true in some aspects, but also advertising aims to increase the amount of people consuming alcohol, so then their market share will also grow at the same time. As a result, alcohol advertising also aims to rope in some new, susceptible people who are not aware of the harms of alcohol advertising as displayed in the glamorization of alcohol, but actually so they'll be able to see alcohol as something really cool, as we've mentioned, the affirmative team have mentioned quite extensively. Also, the negating team has also mentioned how alcohol advertising will not, through the increasing of market share, that they will not have any effects, like negative effects, on the consumption of alcohol by adults who already have their own choices and their maturity to choose whether or not they should drink alcohol or not. However, as we have mentioned, the perception of alcohol in our society is quite defined by the alcohol advertising that we are saturated with every day in the media, and that adults are not, while they're not as susceptible as children to the advances of alcohol advertising, they're still quite vulnerable into buying into the perception that everyone in society will agree with our binge drinking culture. Finally, the negating team has argued that we have not proved a link between the alcohol advertising and the change in perception or the amount of binge drinking culture that we have in New Zealand. However, as we've mentioned, by reducing or eliminating alcohol advertising, society will no longer see alcohol as a societal norm and be able to move on and see it objectively. And gradually, although it may be over a period of time, the amount of alcohol consumption in a dangerous manner will definitely be reduced. The negating team has not suggested any changes that they will make to decrease the New Zealand alcohol consumption that we've all agreed is a problem. However, and they've only mentioned how they do not like our model. However, they've not actually suggested any real harms that will be enforced by banning all alcohol advertising. As we mentioned, the harms of the result of tobacco advertising, which is quite parallel to our model of alcohol advertising, mean that there were not any harms and a significant reduction in the amount of alcohol consumption. We'd like to ask, will alcohol advertising not increase binge drinking? Yeah, right.